I'm Sharon Bill. Welcome to my Music Theory Tuition series where I work with you step by step through the ABRSM Discovering Music Theory grades. I'll work through every single exercise and explain everything you need to know. You can access information about the books I have available to help you on my website. Go to sharonbill.com. For advert-free and longer lessons, you can become a patron at patreon.com/SharonBill. If you can give me a like, that would be super, and please do subscribe to my channel to stay updated. You can support this channel by buying me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/SharonBill. Continuing with the practice exam paper at the back of the Grade 1 Discovering Music Theory workbook, we're going to be looking at page 60 and we're going to be working through the section 4 of the practice exam paper on the topic of intervals. By all means, do have a go at this yourself. Have a go, or perhaps just watch the first couple of examples with me, then press pause, try some on your own, and then pop back into the video to check the answers through. Doesn't matter if you go wrong, it's always better to learn by your mistakes. I know I always say that, but it's so important to just have a go. You will learn so much more thoroughly that way. It's okay to make mistakes. It's how we learn. So let's check through these together. So we're counting intervals, which is based upon the degrees of the scale, and we're counting the distance or the interval between two notes. And we're always counting from the tonic, the key note, and that will change depending which key we are in. In this case, for example 4, first part, question 1, we're in the key of C major, so we're always counting from C. And so for all of this question, you could just prep up your workspace and just on a piece of scrap paper or just scribble on your page, just step out the degrees of the scale as a double check. It doesn't take a second, and it's always better to be super duper sure, because although it seems pretty easy to count to 8, it's so easy to forget to count the first degree of the scale when you're counting your intervals. So to count from a 6th, we're counting from C, and we're counting from this low middle C in the treble clef, and this is step 1. And we're counting line, space, line, space. This is step 1, and it's so easy to forget and just count up 1 straight away. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 takes us to this. Line, space, line, space, line, space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is the note that we're after, but we can double check, and that is a note A, and we can see that A is indeed a 6th, and so that's correct. And so we're absolutely sure that we've got the correct interval. We've not gone wrong, because if you forget to count the C as 1, you'll end up a step out. So now the same principle applies, it's just that we're counting from the bass clef C here. So here we're going to be counting space as 1, line, space, 1, 2, 3, C, D, E is the 3rd, so we know we're correct. Now here, a C in the treble clef, this is middle C. If C is 1, we step up to 2, the next step of the scale. C to D is the interval of a second, and we know that's correct because we can see that D is the 2nd. So we know we're correct. So pressing on in the treble clef again on this high C. Now we've jumped up an octave, but the principle's the same. We're counting a 4th, counting the first space as 1, then 2 is the line, 3 is the space, 4 is the next line, and we've gone C, D, E, F, 1, 2, 3, 4, and F is the 4th degree of the scale, so we know we're correct. And then back into the bass clef, we've now got a big interval, we've got a big stretch of a 7th, counting from this bottom C as 1, 1, 2, 3 is the space, 4, 5 is the space, 6, 7 is this top space, which is the B. I've kind of stretched away. I guess you could bring that a bit closer as I'm counting. Don't think it matters really, but we can just nudge that forwards a bit. And so we can see C, D, E, F, G, A, B. B is the 7th. We know that we're correct. So that's that completed. We have the same principle now in this next exercise, but now our key has changed and we're in the key of F major. So F is the 1st degree of the scale. F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F. However, that's not quite right because we know that F major has B flat. It might be given as a key signature, or we might need to bear in mind some accidentals. And that's steps 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, just as a double check. And now we've got the intervals given, we've just got to name it and choose the correct option. So before we get sidetracked by looking at all these options, let's work out the answer. We're in the bass clef, counting from low F. Remember, this is note 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, counting space, line, space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And this is note, good, boys deserve football. We're going from F to F, which is an octave, 8 steps, and so it's either an eighth or an octave. Still in F major, but counting from the treble clef. This is an F, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, F, G, A, B, C. That's a 5th. We counted 5 steps, that's a 5th. Back into the bass clef, but we're on the high F where we'd ended up here. So our tonic is now this high F. F is 1, and then next door is 2, which is a G, and so that's a 2nd. Still in the bass clef, but dropping down the octave to this lower tonic. So this is F, step 1, G is step 2, and then this is step 3, that's the A. That's a 3rd. And then back into the treble clef, counting from F. This is step 1, space, line, and so on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're just 1 step short of the octave. This is a 7th, and that's the spacey spell face, F-A-C-E. E is indeed the 7th, and so we know we're correct. And that's that exercise completed. I hope this is helpful to your studies. Please do like and subscribe to stay updated. If you'd like to support this channel, you can buy me a coffee, and for advert-free lessons, you can become a patron. Do visit my website where you'll find many resources available to help you. Visit sharonbill.com. Thanks for watching. Bye.